So let's talk about AT&T. Now this is a stock that you don't hear a lot of people talking about, but I'll do a little bit of homework and I'll tell you my opinion about would I buy this, yes or no. First area I look at when it comes to a stock is what are the products and what types of problems does that product solve for its customers. Now, the big area for AT&T is communication. AT&T is huge in the area of communication, from their product offerings like Cricket, from their, I guess you say, cable and internet to where with Spectrum. And there are a ton of other products that fall into that category like DirecTV as well with satellite, and some may say that falls into the entertainment, but what we do know is a lot of people get their internet through their cable provider or their satellite provider. So that is one of their big areas. And then they also have the Warner Media. Now that is where they go really big into the entertainment sector, whether that's Turner Broadcast, whether that is, the Warner Productions and all of those different categories. And then the third part of their business is the Xandr Analytics. Now, most people are not familiar with that, but that is the background analytics that they run on, whether it's television or whether it's data or whatever that may be for different segments of their business. They have a massive analytics base. Now, that becomes important, I guess, once you start looking at the tools of whether it's advertising, whether it's other businesses that want to leverage that tool. But the primary part of their business is the communication. And when you ask yourself, okay, how many people have the problem of communication or that need that product? And you say, you know what? Just about everyone wants internet, or they want access to television, or want access to information at home. So that is a huge part of their business, and it is a huge problem that a lot of people have, which is good, because if your business solves a problem that a lot of people have, you have potential for massive growth. So I say that is a great area to be in. Now, let's look at the financials and let's see, what does the business, or I guess you say the numbers behind the business look like? Are they as good as they should be? So when we look at the numbers, a couple of things jump out to me. First is when I'm looking at their revenue from 2018 to 2019, we see they had 6% growth. And when I looked at the average of what the average in their industry was doing, it was somewhere around 5%, which tells me that AT&T is doing something to actually grow faster than their, I guess you say, their subsector is growing, which is a really good thing. It means they are either making great decisions, or they are offering products, or they are, I guess you say, having better relationships with their customers to where they are seeing growth in that area. And then the other things that I like to look at is I like to look at what does the operating profit look like? So after they pay for all of their business expenses, what does that profit look like? And it's in the 13% range. And when I look across their industry, or I guess you say, when I look at other companies within their industry, you know what? The operating profit range was somewhere around 13%, which tells me they're doing pretty well within their industry. And then another thing that I like to look at, because this is a telecom, is how are they managing their cash? And the reason why that becomes a big thing is because telecom companies will have to make massive investments because they want to make sure that they're using the latest technology. They want to make sure they have enough cash to invest in those type of things to continue to attract customers to their business. And they're pretty solid in that area. So now that we've looked at what the products are, the problems that it solves, we've looked at the financials and they look pretty good shape. Now the last part, which is probably the most important part for you, is how do you make money? So at the time of this recording, the stock price for AT&T is $30.56. Now, if you look at their 52-week high and low, you can see the range is $26.08 is the lowest it's been in the last 52 weeks. $39.70 is the highest that it's been in the last 52 weeks. And they're sitting somewhere in the middle. Now, I would say, based on the growth that they've had in their revenue, they've shown that they can execute their business strategy fairly well. And the price still seems fairly reasonable, and it is within the range of their last 52 weeks, which means people still have some confidence in this company, that this company is, able to manage and do well and actually have some potential for growth. So the other area where you can make money with this stock is I look to see, does the stock offer a dividend? Now, what a dividend is every quarter, AT&T will come back and say, hey, for every share that you own, we'll send you X dollars per share. So it's like a bonus check that you get every quarter. And then when we look at AT&T, they do issue a dividend, which also gives it a little bit of a plus because it is a big stable company. It's the management's way of saying, hey, we want to give something back, or some of the profits back to our shareholders. So when I'm looking at all of that, I say, okay, the product that they offer solves a really big problem. So on that end, I would say their product is an A. And then when I look at the financials, they seem to be doing very well in managing their business and actually growing a little bit more than the competition in their sector, which I would say I'd probably give that an A as well. And then the last thing is looking at how do you make money on the price, looking at where the price is now and where it could go. And also, do they issue a dividend, which means you get a nice little bonus. On that end, I would say AT&T seems like it's in a really good spot to allow you to buy now and to be able to make a profit. So I would say they probably get an A on that one, which rounds AT&T off with an overall score of an A. So if I were looking to buy in the telecom, AT&T would definitely be one that I would look into. Now, I'm not your personal financial advisor, so you definitely want to look at your own personal situation to see if this one is the right one for you. But that's how we do homework on the stock. Now, if you like this video and you want to see more videos, click the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave us a comment if there is a stock that you want us to do homework on and feature on the show.